And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward.
Welcome to More Fanime. I'm your fan of More Anime. What's up, my More Fanimaniacs? How you doing? Today, I'm gonna be taking a deep dive. I'm gonna be reviewing the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Hero. Yes, that title is a mouthful. They really didn't think that one out, did they? Super Hero. I don't know why they didn't just call it Dragon Ball Super Hero. Just Hero. Like, I don't get it. Why they have to add superhero? I understand why it's called superhero based on part of this movie, but it really wasn't based around superheroes at all. It's fine. I had to start off, before I get into spoiler territory, I just went to the movie theaters and I saw Dragon Ball Superhero, and I had a really good time. I had a great time. As a long lifetime Dragon Ball fan, I had a good time. Was it the best Dragon Ball movie I've ever seen? No. Was it good? Yes. Was it entertaining? Yes. Is there kind of weird ass pull power-ups and plot, devices that make the movie work? Yes, and we're going to get into it. But before we do, please don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to let me know how you think about Dragon Ball Superhero. What do you think it should have been called? I honestly don't think they even needed Hero. They could have come up with something different altogether. They could have called it the Red Ribbon Army Returns or something. That would have made more sense to me than Superhero. I mean, I've never been a fan of Dragon Ball Super as a title. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been happier with Dragon Ball S or something, and maybe it references Super. And you're just like, oh, okay, sure. Like, what are you trying to compensate for? So, Dragon Ball Superhero is essentially about the Red Ribbon Army returning. Goku and Vegeta are off-planet training with Beerus. It's been a few years, so some of the characters look older, like Goten and Trunks. Yes, finally. Pan is older and is in some ways training with Piccolo. Yes, awesome. A lot of these things I've been hoping for a long time. Piccolo, like I said, spoiler warning, don't go any further. Piccolo gets a new transformation or two. I'm serious, he gets 2 transformations. Gohan gets an ass pull of a transformation, but he gets one. And it's a good time. There's these new villains, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, which are new androids, which I don't believe are like 17 and 18. Like, I don't think they were originally people and turned into androids. I do believe they are full robots, like Android 16 and whatnot. The main villain of this story is kind of lame. I'll be honest, Cell Max. I mean, I've predicted or theorized of how Cell could make a return to the series since Frieza made his return at Resurrection F, which was a decent movie. And was fun. And this movie was fun, and I wasn't going to see it because I was a little miffed by the CGI graphics, but honestly, it didn't bug me once I got into the theater. And I think I'm happy I saw this in the theater, because I think it looks best in the big screen. I don't know, I'd probably be much more nitpicky by the way it looks if it was on a normal TV screen, and it's not high def. I highly recommend, if you decide to buy this movie, which I probably won't. I've seen it once. The jokes were fun. It was more of a comedy, to be honest with you guys. This was 80% comedy. Maybe if I'm being generous, it was about 20% seriousness and, battle. I know it's kind of leaning more Dragon Ball Super, which has been leaning more, traditional anime type. They did kind of feel like Team 4 Star was writing it, and I love Team 4 Star's abridged series of Dragon Ball. It is fantastic, especially the Cell Saga. If you haven't watched the TFS Cell Saga, you are doing yourself a disservice, because I believe their version of the Cell Saga, in some ways, is far superior to the original Dragon Ball Z debut on Toonami or whatever have ya. I think they took the storytelling and the character development to an absolute new high and got fans who had been watching for a long time watching again, and it kind of is the reason we even have Dragon Ball Super here today, but that's just a theory. That's just something from my brain hole. That's just something I'm saying, but what I'm saying is you should turn off this video and go watch a far superior video, multiple videos, and that's the Team 4-Star Cell Saga Abridged, because it's really good. But besides that, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, it's a good time. Cell Max is a new version of Cell created. I probably should have looked up. I cannot remember the kid's name. Dr. Gero's grandson. Dr. Hito. Dr. Gero's grandson makes his debut in this movie. He gets out of jail. The Red Ribbon Army is waiting like 3 months for this dude to get out of jail. It's like, I don't even know why they had to put that in there. Didn't seem important, but they were like, we gotta wait 3 months before we can meet him. But he is Dr. Gero's grandson, and he is arguably smarter than Dr. Gero. And we're just now telling you about this, talking to General Red's grandson or son. I think he might be General Red's son, who's running the current Red Ribbon Army, which is going by a different name. Like, I can't remember what it was. Not important. They're the Red Ribbon Army. They go find Dr. Hito, which is this childlike man who I'm not sure how old this kid is, but he acts childish. He comes out of the prison and then throws a grenade into the prison, and he's like, suck it, I'm out. And he leaves and then gets picked up by General Red's son, and he's like, hey man, how about you join the Red Ribbon Army? And then he's like, I'll stop you right there. I already know who you are. I've been spying on you from prison as I have been serving my sentence, which I obviously could have escaped at any time. But people seem to die around me. He uses those exact words. Dr. Hito does. He's like, people just seem to die around me. To sound, scary. I'm not sure if he was just trying to put on a front. But he does turn out to be a good guy by the end of the movie, and just wanted to create android superheroes because he's a big fan of superheroes, which I can get that. I can get that he's a child man boy that likes superheroes, that wants to make androids because his father was grandfather was Dr. Gero, and that's what he wants to do. But don't front with me and throw a grenade into the prison if you're a good guy. I don't get it. He was very back and forth. I wasn't sure what they were doing with Dr. Hito's character, to be honest with you. But he wants to make superheroes, so he makes Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and he makes Cell Max for the Red Ribbon Army because that's what they want. They want a new, improved Cell, which wasn't complete yet. It was only in its second form, and it was like a giant version of Cell, and it was all red and green. It didn't really have a personality. Would have preferred if it had a personality and could actually speak. I would have preferred, honestly, if they had him build Android 13 or Android 21 from the Dragon Ball FighterZ game than Cell Max as the main villain. Wouldn't it have been sick to see a new Android 13? Oh, that would have been beautiful. Or a new Android 21. Just like change the storyline a little bit. The story mode in FighterZ is decent. The whole idea of a new Majin Buu type android, that was kind of interesting. This giant Cell that gets destroyed and it doesn't look like it even can regenerate like the original Cell, so it's far less superior. I didn't see the point of it. I was hoping maybe it would absorb Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 and become perfection, but none of that happens. But I'm jumping a little ahead. Piccolo is trying to motivate Gohan again. This is like the third time they've told this story. Gohan was humiliated in Resurrection F. And he was like, I need to start training again. I need to protect my family when Goku and Vegeta aren't here. And then he did that, and then, or he didn't do it. And then we got to the Tournament of Power. He's like, oh shit, remember I said I wanted to train? And then Piccolo's like, yeah, you probably should. And then they train, and he unlocks his ultimate mystic form again that was given to him by the Grand Kai thing back at the Buu Saga, and that's great and all. And he's in the manga, in the Dragon Ball Super manga, he was able to go toe to toe with Caulifla, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And he was able to do some other massive feats, like fight with Dispo and whatnot. He was able to do some fun things in the Tournament of Power. Now, a few years later, and Goku and Vegeta are training with Beerus. They're off planet, probably a lot. Probably 3 weeks out of the month they're off planet. And they only begrudgingly come back, is what I'm assuming. Gohan is still hyper-focused on his job, not necessarily his family, because in this movie, Piccolo is essentially raising Pan for him while he's focused on this paperwork he's doing, when he could be picking up his daughter and spending time with her. Videl even calls Piccolo and makes, like, hey, will you pick up Pan? Like, I got to go do a martial arts defense class, which is really cool for Videl. Cool development for her. I'm glad she's actually using her martial arts background to, make money or whatever she's doing for charity, but using her martial arts in some way, shape, or form. That's her first passion. That was cool. I would love to see old school Videl back fighting again. Just because she's a mom doesn't mean she has to give it all up. Gohan obviously doesn't want to be a fighter, and that's fine. I don't care if Gohan becomes a fighter. That's up to him. But make a choice. And you keep, fighting with this choice. And you put so much time, like, be one or the other, or find a way to balance it. Explain it to Piccolo, like, I gotta work fucking 3 weeks in a row, and then I'll train with you for a week. How's that sound? We'll go hard. How's that, bro? How's that, real father to me? Piccolo's a little frustrated. Piccolo gets attacked by Gamma 2, the more eccentric version. He's like a superhero. He's like, I'm here to stop you, Piccolo, because I didn't explain this, but Dr. Hito was told by the Red Ribbon Army that Bulma and the Capsule Corporation has a secret evil organization. They made them seem like they are the Red Ribbon Army, so they build these superheroes and sell Max to destroy them. Gamma goes after them. Gamma even is a good person. Gamma 2 and Gamma 1, they want to save the Earth. They are good androids from the get-go, which is kind of interesting. Piccolo and Gamma go toe-to-toe. For some reason, the Gamma thinks he kills Piccolo and then goes back to the army base. He's like, I did it! And Piccolo follows him and dresses up like a Red Ribbon soldier. Piccolo is a gag character in this movie for the most part. He's mostly doing jokey scenes other than the ending. Even that, he wasn't really taking that seriously. Piccolo kind of got dumbed down mentally, and so did Gohan, since Goku was off of the movie for most of the movie. I may as well get past this. Goku and Vegeta are training on Beerus' planet with Broly right now, and that's added into this movie, shoehorned into this movie to show us what they're doing, so none of the Goku Vegeta fanboys aren't just like, where's Goku and Vegeta? And I'm like, give Piccolo and Gohan their time, okay? Don't overstay your welcome, Goku. You're not needed in this one, okay? But they have a fun moment. It's kind of dumb. They make Goku seem dumber, which Super has been doing for a while. My headcanon is Goku has had multiple concussions, and that's why he's lost some memories of his training, because Vegeta is shown doing mental training exercises, trying to be like Jiren, and he explains it to Goku, and Goku's like, that's weird. Well, I like to just fight. And it's like, Goku, you've trained this way. You've been taught this before. You're not this dumb with martial arts. So I have decided after seeing this movie that Goku has suffered a ton of concussions, and he is just barely alive, mentally. And all he knows now is fighting and training, and he'll go see his family as an obligation, is what Goku is. And Goku and Vegeta decide to have a fight, a hand-to-hand fight. Vegeta wins in the end, at the end of the movie after the credits. So Vegeta technically gets the main final win in this movie. Go Vegeta, great, you did it. But Vegeta's like, I did it. I beat you, Kakarot. Finally. And I'm like, Vegeta, you beat Goku the first time you met him. What are you talking about? You essentially beat Goku when you went Majin and knocked him out when he wasn't paying attention. Technically, maybe that was a draw, but you didn't lose to Goku. Just because Goku was holding back Super Saiyan 3 from you doesn't mean you lost that fight. Vegeta beat Goku the first time they met when the Saiyans invaded Earth. He broke his legs. The only reason Vegeta lost that war, essentially, and not that battle, was because Yajirobe, Krillin, and Gohan helped Goku defeat Vegeta. Essentially, Goku just helped them by giving them the Spirit Bomb, and that was it. That was the end. I mean, it was a great fight. One of the best fights in the entire series, but Vegeta won that fight. Just saying. Vegeta has never, and I mean never, officially lost a fight to Goku. Maybe mentally, but not a real hand-to-hand fight. And Vegeta got another one. 3-0, baby. Back to the main plot. Piccolo, being a gag character, running around, following the Red Ribbon Army, pretends to be a Red Ribbon soldier and kidnap Pan. Just seems like an over sweaty idea for him to do. I don't think Piccolo would put Pan in immediate danger, even though he's like, well, I'll just wish her back to life. If worst case scenario, we got 6 other sets of Dragon Balls. We got these Dragon Balls. We got the 2 Dragon Balls that made Granola the strongest in the universe a couple years back. We got the Namek Dragon Balls. We got the Super Dragon Balls. We have the Dragon Balls from Universe 6. So, you know, worst case scenario, if Pan dies 4 times, we'll wish her back 5 times. Great. So there's no real danger for her, so might as well. This might get Gohan on his ass, you know, and so they take Pan. Pan's like, sweet, this is going to be fun, Uncle Piccolo. They go tell Piccolo and another Red Ribbon soldier, go tell Gohan, hey, we got your daughter, bud. We got her. We got Pan. And I really like this scene where Gohan freaks out. He goes Super Saiyan and he's like, "Where's Pan? What are you doing with my daughter? I will find you." I liked it, but I do believe it would have been more impactful in hand-drawn animation than in this CGI animation. It just didn't look as exciting when he snapped. Like the whole CGI animation almost felt stuttery in certain moments, and it just felt like not a smooth transition, if it makes sense. Doesn't matter. The graphics were fine. That's not even my biggest issue. Gohan's ready to fight now, but he gets in the ship. He doesn't even realize that Piccolo is with them. He doesn't even realize that Piccolo's sitting right next to them. I can understand maybe he's so focused on Pan, I guess. He doesn't even recognize Piccolo before they mention they have Pan. He even tells them, please leave my property. I'm working. He only freaks out when he finds out about Pan, it makes sense. That tracks. He goes to them. He ends up fighting the Gammas, Gohan does, and he's not able to really compare to them at this point. I don't even think he could even go into his ultimate form. He might have. He might have went into his mystic form and fought Gamma 1 and or Gamma, yeah, I think it was Gamma 1, or what, it doesn't matter. Piccolo reveals himself. I forgot to mention this, though. One little thing. Piccolo wishes from the dragon to unlock his potential, just like Krillin and Gohan did at Namek, like Guru did. He goes and asks Dende to do it. Dende says, I can't do that, I'm too young. I guess you have to be a certain age. But Piccolo is able to ask the dragon to unlock his potential. Understandable. That's a decent way to get a power-up, I guess. I would have been happy with Piccolo saying, I've been training extra hard these last 2 years, and I'm a badass now because I work my ass off. But he unlocks his potential and gives him somewhat of a, former Kami Dragon Ball Namek race boost, and he's able to go into this slightly buffer yellow form, which is fine. It actually looked okay. Then later he goes into a buffed out, beefed out, chatted out orange Piccolo, which he dubs the Orange Piccolo transformation. Then He kicks Ace. He takes names. He beats the Gamma. He's strong. He's as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Goku, essentially, is what I'm told now. They're able to go toe-to-toe with the Gammas, but the Gammas realize, hey, these guys are good people. Why are we fighting? And then even Dr. Hito's like, what is going on? I know you guys are terrible people, Red Ribbon Army. I'm not going to activate Cell Max. He's not ready, and he's not worth using. We have the Gammas. And then, General Red dies, activating. He gets poisoned by Hito with his little bee thing. That toxins kills him. But before he can die, he activates an imperfect Cell Max. This giant Cell Max monster comes out with no personality, and he's just all power. It's everything I hated about the original Broly, but worse. He's going around, giant Cell Max. Piccolo's holding him off, getting stomped on by him. And then Krillin shows up along with Goten and Trunks thanks to Bulma. And Bulma even says, I brought the strongest fighters on Earth to help. And Krillin. And I was just like, bitch, Krillin has saved your life, Bulma. Bulma in this movie wishes, with the Dragon Balls, after Piccolo wishes for his power-up, she wishes for a firmer ass and less wrinkles. She has cosmetic surgery wishes on a regular, which kind of explains why she doesn't look much older than has before, because years have been passing. It's just like, Bulma, shut up. You don't get to make fun of Krillin, who has a 9-to-5 as a cop, protecting people. He's worked his ass off to provide for his family when he could just go to tournaments and win these tournaments and win prize money and have an easy life. He could do that, but he chooses to not do that and to not let, Hercule look weak. And I guess they might be still putting on that facade. But either way, he's willing to sacrifice easy money so that he can have a 9-to-5, being a cop, helping the regular man on a day-to-day, and has probably been keeping up with his training since the Tournament of Power, I hope. Android 18 shows up. She's got a sick new haircut that I don't remember her having. Maybe she already had it. This is closer to the end of Z timeline. Krillin shows up and helps Piccolo hold the foot, and he's like, Piccolo, don't forget to transform into your giant form like you did with Goku back at the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament. And he's like, oh yeah, I can do that. Piccolo, one of the smartest characters on Earth, doesn't remember that he can transform and become giant. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Piccolo grows huge and has a brawl with Cell Max, but still isn't enough. That boost wasn't enough. He's at his fullest potential now, I hope. So Piccolo finally gets a power-up, and he's not able to beat this shit bad guy Cell Max. But at least he was able to go toe-to-toe with the Gammas. One of the Gammas sacrifices himself to put some damage on Cell Max, who has basically a Death Star self-destruct button inside his head that was put there by Dr. Hito as a safety protocol, just in case it went rogue, or the Red Ribbon Army turned on him. And he's able to break that dome, but it's using all of his energy, his android energy, to blow it up. It was kind of sad, but at the same time, I was just like, you're no Android 16. His sacrifice meant more. And that's what I'm saying. Android 16 sacrifice means more to me than Gamma 2's. I'm telling you that right here, right now. Hot take. Right down below who you think had a better sacrificial moment. But it has to be Android 16 because I said so. Either way, Gamma's dead. Can't bring him back because essentially the Dragon Balls can't do that because there wasn't no soul, is my guess, kind of like with Android 16. But if they want to change that rule, they can. They can do whatever they want. You can wish to be the strongest in the universe if you want. You can just do that anytime you want. And then, if something bad happens, just wish for eternal life. And then even if you have to give up life to become the strongest, you have eternal life. And now you're the strongest. This is great. Either way, Gohan decides to charge up a special beam cannon instead of a Kamehameha, which is actually sick. And I've always wanted Gohan to use the special beam cannon, so that I pop for. He uses the special beam cannon and destroys Cell Max, hitting the little hole, the dark, the Death Star self-destruction button, destroying Cell Max. The explosion happens. Dr. Hito survives and gets a job, actually, after this. Bulma is very impressed with Dr. Hito. It says, I'll give you a job at our, making cosmetics, so I no longer have to abuse the power of the Dragon Balls because you're really good with skin cosmetics as well. This is great. And maybe you can make some weapons of mass destruction occasionally. And then Gamma 1 here can be a security guard for us. We'll even give him a dental and medical plan. It's great. I thought it would have been really funny if Goku and Vegeta showed up right at the ending after they beat Cell Max, and we're like, we're here to save the day, like they normally do in these movies. I thought it just would have been hilarious if Goku showed up. He's like, oh God, we heard about Cell and we're here. Oh, Gohan, you did it. Oh, and I forgot to mention Gohan's ass pull of a new transformation. Gohan goes Gohan Beast, and I'm not shitting you, it's called Gohan Beast mode, or Beast form. I guess it's better than Piccolo Orange. I actually prefer Piccolo Orange to Gohan Beast. I'm like, can you come up with something else? Could you just not make a form and just do something else? Like, Gohan doesn't even wish for more power. And it is explained to us for the third, maybe fourth time, Gohan has not been training and is being forced into fighting again. He does explain that he's been training the special beam cannon on his off time, on his breaks, on his fivers. But he hasn't been training. But because Piccolo was in danger from Cell Max, and could have just been wished back, so there really wasn't much danger, Gohan's, half Saiyan blood was his anger, his emotions, and his mystic form all blended together, and his hair grew longer like a Super Saiyan 3, but instead of going back, it went up, and it turned silver or gray. Very reminiscent of Ultra Instinct, but it's not, I guess. And his eyes turned red. It wasn't even like Broly's transformation. It was just a new transformation with a giant CG hair that looked really bad. And he used this badass special beam cannon. Piccolo's orange. They can transform into those forms now, I think. Hopefully, I don't even know if this movie's canon or what is canon anymore, because I do think the Dragon Ball Super manga is okay. The anime is but this movie was good. It was a good time, and if you shut your brain off, you don't think about plot holes or character development or ass pull power-ups, you're going to have a great time. I had a great time. I went in with zero expectations, and I do not regret going. I'm glad I saw it in theaters for the first and probably only time I'll watch it, unless it gets put on a streaming service for free for me. But I highly recommend that you see this movie. I give it a 4 or 5 out of 10. As a person who's been following the series since the very beginning, as a person who's read the manga twice from the very beginning, from Dragon Ball to where it currently is, I'm a big fan of this series, and this is one of my favorite Dragon Ball Super movies, if that means anything. I liked it better than God, I don't know. It's alright. It was good. It was good. I think I like the Broly movie better just because of the look. The art style was beautiful. It was gorgeous. The fights were cool. I'm not even saying fights are that important. I really loved the story-based plot we had here with Piccolo being the main character. That was sick. It just sucks that, they made Piccolo into a gag character. I'm fine with Piccolo being the brunt of a joke when it's because he's too serious. Kind of like TFS. It felt, like I mentioned, it felt like Team 4-Star wrote this movie. And I love Team 4-Star. But I don't consider Team 4-Star to be canon, so they can have a couple liberties with the story, and I'm okay with it. But this is supposed to be some kind of timeline that's supposed to make sense, but we keep rehashing this Gohan doesn't want to train, but Piccolo wants him to train storyline that just gets old. And now we've wasted the only opportunity to bring Cell back. They didn't even mention the Cell Juniors, which are alive today in the story. I shit you not. On Android 17's island. Android 17, who was a member, an android from the Red Ribbon Army, doesn't make an appearance. The man who won the Tournament of Power doesn't make an appearance in this movie, which is fine. It just doesn't. It would have fit for this plot with the Red Ribbon Army. I would have been happier with a Super Android 17 story than the Cell Max final villain. They could have redone that, where Dr. Hito builds another 17, and then they fuse and become Super 17. Super 17, they'd call them. They would too. They could have even done a Super 18 and manipulated her into fighting as well. I liked the Gammas. I hated Cell Max, that's for sure. I've said it a couple times now. But I was sad Tien, a character, my favorite Dragon Ball character, Ten Shinhan, didn't get to even make a cameo appearance while Goten and Trunks show up, and they're a little older, and I'm happy about that. And they don't remember how to fuse. They go to do the fusion dance, and they're like, oh yeah, that thing? Let's do it. And then they mess up, and they become fat Gotenks, and they're just a butt of a joke. So Gotenks has had 0 character development. So what you're telling me is current timeline of Dragon Ball Super in the manga. Between now and right now in Dragon Ball Super Hero, Goten and Trunks will have 0 character development other than just being teenagers or 12-year-olds or however old they are. They must be like 15, 16 in this movie. They're like a year away from the end of Z, where they're actually look like they've been training and they're going to enter a tournament. Maybe Goku's going to whip their asses into shape between now and then. But I have very little hope for Goten and Trunks. I do hope that Dragon Ball Super Hero, I really hope it spawns more of these spin-off movies. I really do, because I think Tien and Yamcha could have an amazing, fun buddy movie where they defend Earth in their own way, shape, or form, even if it's like a secret mission, out in the middle of nowhere. The Dragon Ball Earth is a big place. There's other things going on. They don't need to include everybody. I loved that this was a Piccolo-centric movie. I didn't like a lot of the decisions Piccolo made. It didn't really track with his character for me. But it's fine. It had a good time, and it was fine with what the current storyline is. Piccolo has gotten, much more lax with his seriousness. That's fine. I would love to see another one of these types of movies. These CG. I would hope it'd be hand drawn, because it is just doesn't look as good. But another movie based around Tien and Chaozu and Yamcha doing something together. Maybe throw in Krillin and Master Roshi. Maybe do an all-human movie. Maybe develop Tien and Yamcha and Krillin. Give them some power-ups of some sort. Maybe have Master Roshi teach them one final secret lesson. I don't care. Give Tien a fucking bone. Toei Animation. Akira Toriyama. Get your shit together. Tien Shinhan is one of the best characters that you do not utilize in any way, shape, or form. Tri-beam, motherfucker. And then you also have Goten and Trunks, who could lead their own movie and get some fucking development as well. Don't mean to use the F-bomb. This is more Fanime. What did you think of Dragon Ball Super Hero? I really hope the next one's Dragon Ball Super Duper Ultra Mega Expanded Z Super Duper Ultra Z Hero, because that would be a damn good name. I'm patenting that. I'm gonna get a trademark on that, so they can't do it right here, right now. It's a good movie. Dragon Ball Super Hero is a good movie. I highly recommend you watch it at least once. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you later.
So be different, make a name, huh?
I keep on moving forward.